This is the W2SW0001 Wi-Fi only device from Y2Y. The starting point for designing this device into any system that requires Wi-Fi functionality is the datasheet that describes the functions and features of the device. In terms of hardware connectivity for the W2SW0001, here we have an example of the actual Y2Y Wi-Fi device connected to a host microprocessor. In terms of connectivity, you have the antenna, power supply, and the host interface. This can be SDIO or GSPI to the host microprocessor. And in terms of the rest of the system, any of the peripherals that the microprocessor needs, LCD display, keypad, are attached to the microprocessor. In terms of drivers, as been stated previously, there is a list of drivers which we provide as well. We state the operating systems for each of the processors. Here's a list of processors, and also whether it's GSPI or SDIO interface. All these drivers are available at no cost under a software licensing agreement, which needs to be signed, and once that's signed, we provide the source code for these drivers as well. Beyond drivers, we also provide reference schematics for the actual device itself. Here's an example of the reference schematic for the W2SW0001. That's the device itself. This is based on a snapshot of an OCAD schematic. We can also provide the original OCAD files as well. This is a PDF snapshot of the reference schematic. For layout information, we can also provide a schematic for our test board for the W2SW0001, and along with the schematic we can provide a series of Gerber files for the test board as well, so designers can actually cross-reference the schematic of the test board with the way the actual test board is laid out. The W2SW0001 is FCC certified and certified in various geographies as well, and the datasheet also includes a list of the certifications that the device meets as well. And Y2Y can also provide the documentation, the certification document for various geographies and various standards. In terms of the FCC certification document, it provides an FCC ID, which an application developer can leverage when trying to apply for their own FCC certification. The document inside also describes and shows snapshots of the actual device and under what conditions and on what type of board it was actually tested for FCC. There's a block diagram of the actual setup in terms of how the unit was tested. The EUT is the actual Y2Y device under test with a laptop connected to an SDIO slot, and this is something that Y2Y provides as well for certification. They're called manufacturing tools or manufacturing drivers for various processes to enable customers to go to FCC certification. There is also a complete list of test results. Description of test is provided and the result of that. There's also a description of the antenna that was used for the FCC certification, and the dimensions of the antenna is also shown. Spectral plots are also included in the FCC certification document as well for various channel testing. And also there's a picture of the actual test environment itself. Here we can see the laptop that's running the manufacturing or engineering driver. There is a Y2Y dev kit with an antenna, and using the engineering driver you can put this device into continuous transmit, vary the TX power, and then perform measurements that way to ensure FCC compliance. And also in terms of the documentation, there's also dimensions of the actual board size used for the FCC certification as well. There's also measurements and dimensions of the actual Y2Y device used as well, and pictures of that in the certification. To gain access to the collateral to help you design with the W2SW0001, you can download the information from the extranet access on the Y2Y.com website by contacting our inside sales. You'll be given a username and password. Once inside the extranet, you'll have access to various information on Y2Y products. For the W2SW0001, there's the data sheets, application notes, the full set of compliance documentation, and quick start guide for the W2SW0001 dev kit, and also the dev kit schematic as well.